My concept for this week was to utilize a DJ's audio signal and display music on neckties. Because I was using Zigbees in my setup, I had to come up with my own protocols for lighting the LEDs. I also worked with processing in the Minimum sound libraries to process sound input. Once I had that working, I started to prototype an audio level meter that I could connect to my processing sketch. I did a couple of configurations and compared it to a tie before realizing that I needed to scale down the circuitry as much as possible for better placement. Once the prototype was working, I started soldering and playing with the best layout for my circuit boards. This was the most time-consuming. I learned that creating a working prototype was one thing, but then scaling it up to, say, making 5 was proved to be a difficult task. Not to worry though, after a while I got into a good workflow, and by the time Friday came around I had completed all 5 ties.
2 a.m. Friday night.
Halloween.
Halloween, yeah.
Next came the testing of all 5 circuits to see that they were operational. Once that was done, I did one last test for battery duration to figure out how long they would last on a 9-volt battery. The conclusion was 45 minutes maximum. Next came the fun part of actually going out and buying 5 secondhand ties and some materials to stitch the circuitry into the ties. To get the LEDs to fit through the ties, I had to use the soldering gun to burn holes through the ties. This proved to be very effective, yet a little toxic. And the last thing I did was to create a little area or a pocket for the 9-volt battery to sit in at the base of the tie so that it could be secured in place.
I'll show you the ropes, kid. Show you the ropes. Got a bus and a trailer at my house, my house. I'll show you the ropes, kid. Show you the ropes.